The girl kept rejecting the boy's advances because she thought she was full of flaws and not a good match for this outstanding young man. It turns out that Joe and Lori met at a dance party. Joe's sister told her not to wander around because Joe wasn't familiar with the party etiquette and she didn't like these kinds of events anyway. So Joe just stood aside, spacing out. At that moment, a stranger invited her to dance. Joe felt embarrassed, and she didn't like interacting with people she didn't know. Then she hid in an empty room, where she unexpectedly encountered Lori. Lori told Joe that he had just returned from Europe. Faced with the unfamiliar surroundings, he also felt awkward, so he chose to hide in this room as well. Perhaps because their personalities were too similar, they felt happy and relaxed in each other's company. They snuck away from everyone and danced together in the hallway. This sense of freedom made Lori and Joe feel exceptionally happy. Even if their dancing was terrible and ridiculous, no one would notice. But just as they were enjoying themselves, Joe's sister accidentally sprained her ankle. Lori helped them hire a carriage to take them home. When Joe got back, she was surprised to discover that they were actually neighbors. Lori watched Joe's lively family and felt particularly lonely, having lost his parents. Although their room lacked luxurious decorations, it looked exceptionally cozy in the firelight. After bidding farewell to Joe's family, Lori walked towards his own home not far away, knowing that his heart would forever belong to Joe. It turns out that everything that had just happened was Joe's memory. Now Joe is still working hard for money and her dreams. Suddenly one day she receives news that her sister is sick, so Joe hurriedly boards a train to rush home. On the train, Joe falls asleep and dreams of returning to her warm childhood. On Christmas, she watches the snow falling outside the window. Her sisters are joking and playing behind her, and the nanny has already prepared a hearty breakfast and placed it on the table. Their mother is on her way home with tears in her eyes because she has gone to visit those poor families again. Their mother hopes to help these families a little. This movie is called Little Women. Due to copyright issues, I can only show you this much. If you're interested, you can watch the original film.